What up, is Marcus Dynasty Football Dads, where we do almost daily videos in Dynasty and Fantasy Football. We have the biggest NFL preseason Week 1 winner here. If you're new to the channel, we are giving away DeAndre Swift signed jersey. All you have to do is be a subscriber for a chance to win. When we hit 2K, we'll be giving away to one of you guys for free here. So, this running back was the Week 1 winner in my opinion by far, and it is the hardest player to judge, in my opinion, again, by a large margin. His volatility of what he could do, he could finish as a surprise RB1 on the season. He could also finish as almost nearly being irrelevant. And so the running back we are going to be talking about in the next couple minutes is Damien Pierce of the Houston Texans. So we're going to start off with the bad, then we're going to go to the good, and we're going to talk about what in the world do we do with Damien Pierce. So the first things we're going to go through, there's three things that I look for when it comes to a successful running back. And this is a very simplistic version. There's a lot more than just three things, but these are three very important things. One, draft capital. What does his draft capital look like? He was around 4 draft capital. So again, not good for draft capital. I mean, we want a running back in the first 3 rounds, and there's a big significant drop off when somebody is a 4th round or later. And so when you have a late round draft pick, the next couple things you're looking for are one of two things. These are the number 2 and number 3. You're looking for either elite athleticism, so you're looking for Antonio Gibson, who even was a day 2 pick, but you're looking for the elite athleticism, something that makes them look extremely ahead of other competition. You're looking for 3-cone drills, you're looking for high speed, or you're looking for an elite attribute, like whether it's receiving. Antonio Gibson was a wide receiver. That's kind of why I bring it up, and he was an extreme athlete. And we're looking for that either at the running back or wide receiver position. We see that that's how some of these 3rd, 4th, 5th round running backs break out, or we're looking for that big dominator, the James Robinson dominator, the Elijah Mitchell dominator. That's why I love Elijah Mitchell. It's why I like James Robinson as well when they were coming into school or coming out of college, just because they were big, huge dominators. They really controlled what their small school did. And so we look at all those things, and Damien Pierce could not check off any of those boxes. He did not perform. He was not extremely athletic. If you look at even his player profile rating, I mean, he didn't have anything that jumped out. He was no 90th percentile. And if you look at his dominator rating, it was absolutely pathetic. I mean, really, you look at a running back that did not even hit 600 yards rushing at Florida. So you're looking at a running back that statistically did not do well, is not extremely athletic, and doesn't have great draft capitals. And then why in the world are we talking about Damien Pierce? And the other kind of variable that we look at is the good. The good is his video. The times that he played showed extremely well. And sometimes you look at maybe the Alvin Kamara, or you even look at a lot of these Alabama running backs, and a lot of times they are in these running back by committees, and so you don't get to have a ton of production at the collegiate level. And I would say Damien Pierce should have had more production at Florida and just didn't. I mean, they didn't use him enough. And he did have a ton of touchdowns his junior year. But again, the overall picture wasn't there. But his vision showed that he was a very patient runner at times. His vision was good. He had excellent cutbacks. And so that's why Damien Pierce was ultimately, even before the draft capital, was in between round, for most people, running back 4 to running back like 8, 9. And so it was kind of like smack dab right in the middle there. And some people had him higher and some people had him lower. And so I'll tell you where I have him here in a little bit. The next thing that you're looking for at the next level is opportunity. Opportunity is, especially short-term wise, in this 2022 season, looks to be like the golden nugget. There are a lot of running backs in this 4th, 5th, 6th round. You're looking at Tyler Algier, maybe even Isaiah Spiller. You can look at that. There's a lot of running backs that have the potential with the opportunity given. And Houston, he should be the number 1 running back at that team. That team is not going to be a good team, but we also said the same for Michael Carter last year, that he should be the easy number 1 running back as the New York Jet. And you saw that. You saw that he was clearly the best and most talented running back, but they just didn't use him. And I see Damien Pierce falling a lot into Michael Carter's footsteps. Michael Carter, I actually liked his tape. I liked his when you watch Devante and Michael Carter, you're like, wow, there's not a crazy ton difference. I mean, Javante's easier, the better running back that's going to translate with draft capital, video, just body mass index, like all the things, and breaking tackles. Like you could tell Devante was going to make that big next jump at the NFL level. Michael Carter, on the other hand, you had the New York Jets, and you look at it and you go, man, he just should be an RB2 almost guaranteed, and he just didn't. He didn't because the New York Jets used all these different veterans, and they were a horrible team. Houston, they're going to use all these different vets. You're going to end up seeing a lot more Rex Burkhead than you want. You're going to see more Marlon Mack than you want. It's just going to happen, especially in the first 4 to 8 games. You might see that, and you're going to see a team that's not going to be good. Houston's not going to be good offensively, so you're going to have a team that's not going to score a lot of touchdowns. And so I think that Damien Pierce's upside is going to be capped, in my opinion. Now, the big question is do they draft somebody in the 2023 draft? And I could easily see this. I mean, we talked about Robinson, and there's 5, 6, 7, 8 running backs that are going to be by far more talented in a talented sense than Damien Pierce. So I could easily see this being either a Damien Pierce's 1B or he is just shoved to the back burner like Michael Carter. So where do I have Damien Pierce? I think he's an intriguing prospect, at least for the 2022 season. Dynasty-wise, I have him behind Isaiah Spiller. I think Isaiah Spiller, same draft capital, more talented, better situation. Long-term, I think they would, you look at Eckler, I think Eckler's going to slowly, in the next 24 months, start to phase out, and you might see this Isaiah Spiller sneak in. Rachaad White, again, he is a round 3 capital, went to Tampa Bay, and he has ultimately Tom Brady. And so you could see him being more of that pass down back. Look at Lenny Fournette, how much receiving work he did. And I think Rachaad White should be ahead of both of those guys just because of draft capital. He's his receiving attributes are exceptional, and he's in a place where they're going to use that a ton, and I see him being a safer floor, but a capped up ceiling. So if you want that riskier play, I think Damien Pierce, Isaiah Spiller give you more of that. But I would definitely rather have Damien Pierce over the likes of like a Tyler Algier. There's plenty of other running backs that are into that like 4th, 6th, even Davis Price. I would rather have, even though he has more draft capital, I would rather have Damien Pierce. Unless something changes, unless Houston comes out and says, hey, from day one, he is going to be the starter. If they say that, he's going to jump Isaiah Spiller, and he'll probably eventually jump Rachaad White. He's not going to jump James Cook. He's not going to go into any of the Ken Walker and then the almighty Breece Hall phase. Like, of course, those running backs are going to be 1, 2, and 3. He could go up as RB4 by the end of the preseason, but that would literally Houston would have to say, hey, he is the guy, he's going to be RB1. And I just think that Marlon Mack, I think you're going to see a lot of Burkhead. You're just going to see a mess at running back position. And you're going to see Damien Pierce, and you're going to be screaming at your TV going, he should be the RB1 on that team. And I agree. I think he should be, but just because we think he should be, I don't think it's going to happen. That's what NFL teams do. They're businesses, and I think you're going to see this. The best thing that you could hope for is honestly probably a Devante Freeman just a year early. Devante Freeman had a bad rookie season, and then all of a sudden he became the number 1 running back in all of football. He was an early 4th round pick. That is what you're hoping for, but just earlier. You want that earlier production. And Damien Pierce, honestly, if one of 2 things happen, he is the RB1 in this team now, and they don't draft somebody in 2023, which I think is unlikely, but I mean, we thought the same thing in Miami. If they don't draft somebody in 2023, Damien Pierce could be a steal. And honestly, he could be one of those players that we just, again, like Michael Carter, where it's just frustrations because you are screaming at the top of your lungs like, Michael Carter is the best running back on that team by far. Why are they not giving him the ball? And we have to see Damien Pierce actually rush for more than 600 yards. There's no data that says, or there's no video that says that he can actually withstand that amount of carries, that he can withstand 15, 20, 25, let's just even say 15, 20 touches a game. There's nothing that says that he can withstand 12, 13, 1,400 yards, because he's probably not going to get a lot of touchdowns. So 12, 13, 1,400 yards and 8 touchdowns, there's nothing that, or even 6 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns, there's nothing that's going to say that because he has not done it before. Again, where is he at? Again, right into that RB6, 7 range for Dynasty rookie-wise. I think for redraft, though, depending on where he is, if he starts moving up quite a bit, then I'm off the train, but he could easily be a good RB3, as in the fact that if you have 2 solid running backs and you have a guy that potentially has that realm of possibilities of being a low-end RB1, high-end RB2, I think even worst-case scenario, you're looking at an RB3, 4 that is, if he starts, you're going to want to start him. And probably in the flex position. If he's not starting and they're doing this weird RBBC, which I see that you're going to probably have a lot of this, then you're probably going to just have him on your bench and just wait for hopefully an injury, a Rex Burkhead injury, a Marlon Mack injury, something. You're just hoping for some narrowing down of that running back field. All right, this is Marcus Dynasty Fun. I will do the rest of the preseason winners and losers tomorrow. Peace out.
Now turn